Welcome back to another week of Film Room presented by Chick-fil-A. I'm Sami Kincaid, and today I have with me quarterbacks coach Jeff Lebby and assistant head coach and secondary coach Lebby Martinez. Welcome, you guys.
Thank you.
And congrats on a big win last week. And QB1 had another outstanding game. Yeah. So do you want to talk about KZ and just what you saw from your quarterbacks last week?
Absolutely. Starting off with this clip right here, KZ doing KZ things. We're third and long. We're up 7-0 early in the first quarter. Got a call here that's not perfect, and now KZ's doing things that we can't coach, and gets us out of a jam right here. We end up going on in this drive, getting a huge touchdown. Great job by him making a huge play in the open field. Up, and out. Talk about it all the time, him taking care of the football right there. Ball leverage is great, and then getting out of bounds right there as he's getting hit and getting us into a first down, keeping us on the field. But just an unbelievable play. He made a couple of these in the game, early in the game, that kept us on the field, that was huge for us offensively.
And Coach Martinez, do you want to talk about what you saw from the secondary against Pitt?
Sure. Let me get right here. Here we go. Obviously, you know, they're driving the ball here. It's early in the game, and we've got to somehow get some kind of a stop here. You know, and obviously when you start getting down to the red zone, we got to make some kind of big play here. And they're obviously starting with a jet sweep right here. Obviously, you got to have really good eye discipline here. We actually have a little bit of a miscommunication here, and you can see the halfback here coming around here wanting a wheel prop. We stay disciplined on the back end. Richie Grant's our safety right there. Does a nice job of seeing it, doing his job. And now, obviously, we get a great turnover here when we needed it, you know, for the momentum standpoint. And Richie's been able to do that now. It's his third pick of the season. And you know, we have a missed assignment right here. Obviously, our linebacker should be pushing through here, putting his eyes on his guy. Doesn't get his guy, but by being disciplined on the back end, playing high to low, he's able to make the pick and get us off the field and get the ball right back to our offense. And we actually take it down there and score.
That's great. And what are you guys preparing for against SMU?
Well, they're very similar to our offense. You know, that's the great thing about it, is that we see our offense you know, quite a bit, and from a fast tempo, from you know, a really, you know, a quarterback that's athletic, wideouts that are really good, running backs that are really good, and they spread the field out and they go, you know, again, like at a very high pace. So we have to be really disciplined. Again, like I had said earlier, about where our eyes are at. Make sure you got your eyes on your keys, and it's going to happen really fast. The great thing about it is, again, we faced our offense every day, and nobody's going to go as fast as they do. So that kind of helps us prepare for SMU.
So what film have you been looking at to really get into that?
We'll start off with, you know, the big playmakers. Okay, it starts right here. Okay, and that's James Proch, number 3. He's one of the leading receivers in our conference. Okay, very athletic. You know, so we're staring at an athlete right here at this position right here. They have the tailback, the West kid, number 6. That's a really good running back. And then now this is Hicks. Okay, at quarterback here. They've been playing 2 quarterbacks, and now they've gone and settled in with Mr. Brown. Okay, number 9, who's a little bit more athletic than Hicks is. Okay, but here's what we got to defend. We got to defend a playmaker that's really good in space. Now, the great thing about it is we face our offense every day, you know, whether it's AK or Otis. I mean, it's nonstop. But this is what this kid does a great job of. He does a great job after the catch. And you can see his speed here going down the field. And so we've got to do a good job of containing him. If he's going to get a catch here, it can't turn into that. It cannot turn into down the field, obviously, for a touchdown. The other thing that we've got to do a good job with, that they do a good job is the deep balls, taking shots down the field. I'm gonna keep on saying this because we're putting the defense, put some pressure on them every single day. Our offense does this. They take shots down the field because they want the one-on-one matchups here. And here's Roberson here, number 21, who's one of their big, you know, another big-time player. And they like to throw shots to him, deep ball guy. Here he makes a great adjustment on the ball. The corner's got his head turned, doesn't get his head back where he can actually turn around and see to play the ball. He does a great job, and the Brown puts the ball right where it needs to be. So we've got to be able to defend the deep ball when they're going to take shots down the field. We got to be aware of where number 3's at, you know, so because he's a big playmaker. And then here's the West kid out of the backfield, very similar to what our offense does. with jet sweeps and where we got to be really disciplined with our eyes. And here's the halfback coming out here on a wheel route where everybody's got to do a good job with their eyes, who's responsible for him, and not putting their eyes where they don't belong. So the guy who's in charge of this, whatever defense we got called, he doesn't have his eyes on the playmaker. Okay, well, we got another playmaker coming out of the backfield, and here's a quarterback making a great throw and catch, and those are the plays that we've got to do a good job with because they run it on a very fast pace, and once your play's over with, you got to get right back, get set on defense, and stay calm. And the other thing that we got to get ready for, here's, they like trick plays. They're going to sit there and motion shift and stuff like that. This is the first overtime against Navy, and they're going to go ahead and go for it on 2. Navy had already scored, kicked the extra point. Now they come up and they score, and they catch the defense, I think, somewhat off guard, but not really. And what we got to do a good job with is they're hiding their tight end right here. They're going to shift their offensive lineman over, as you're going to see here, and bring them out here to the outside, okay? And then you got to do a good job of knowing that wasn't eligible right there, that they were covering up. So you got 3 guys that are eligible over here, so we got to do a good job of communicating, okay? But even saying that, Sammy, okay, they actually do a good job here. If you watch from this angle right here, they all know what the play is. You can see the linebacker right here pointing at the guy that's eligible. He shifts over, okay? And this is going to go back to kind of lead to what I was kind of saying earlier, okay? Is you got to be really good in discipline and eye discipline. Don't go for the things that he gets caught looking at the quarterback, looking somewhere else. This guy gets another step on him. He already knew he had him. And then we've got a good job of doing eye discipline, okay? And they're capable of doing that on every series. So we got to be very good with our eyes.
And what have you guys been looking at from the offensive side to prepare for SMU?
SMU defensively, they've done a really good job getting takeaways and creating negative plays. They're top 20 in both categories. So that's where it's going to start for us, like it always does. We got to take great care of the football, and we've got to make sure that we limit our negatives. We've done a good job of that so far. Got to continue that trend. But these guys play incredibly hard. I think it all starts for them up front, nose guard. They'll play multiple fronts. They play 3 down. They play 4 down. A lot of different things on the back end. But Big Dimrick right there, all right, nose guard, makes a ton of plays for him in the backfield, creates havoc. We got to do a great job being physical at the point of attack, making sure things like this don't happen in the run game and then in the throw game as well. And then as you look at it here, again, takeaways, all right? They've lived on it through the first 4 or 5 games of the year. They're top 20 in the country, taking the football away. And they find ways to put hats on the ball all the time, find ways to get it loose, knock it out, and then they're getting around it and getting on it. So I think they're 9th in the country right now at creating fumbles, causing fumbles, and they're top 20 in takeaway. So we got to take care of the football. They fly around, they get around the ball. That's when the ball comes out. We got to make sure we're taking care of it. But on this clip right here, as you can see, they got guys flying around to the football. That's what gives them a chance to get it out. We got to make sure that we're taking care of it. Similar clip here, talking about negative plays. All right, this is a 3rd and 2 clip where you think you got a chance to go get a big first down, but effort for them, all right, and running to the football gives them a chance, all right, to make a play right there, and it gets them off the field. 4th down, HBU actually misses a field goal right here. But again, just fanatical effort by these guys playing fast to the football, getting around it, being good tacklers in space. That's why we've got to do a great job creating space, getting our guys in space, and then winning our one-on-ones all day long. They've made plays in the throw game and the run game. As you look at it right here, it's 4 down. They're going to play coverage on a 3rd down. They've got a game situation up front, all right, a little ET right here, finding ways to make plays in the throw game, creating pressure without having to blitz, all right. I think that's a big part of them right here, dropping out, playing coverage all the way, and still relying on their front 4 to put pressure on the QB. So being sound up front, finding ways to stay in good down and distance situations, staying ahead of the change, playing really fast, and then taking care of the football are going to be the things that are critical for us to stay on track.
Well, good luck to both of you tomorrow against SMU, and go Knights.
Charge on.